Lights out, everybody. It is later than you think. This is Arch Obler bringing you another in our series of stories of the unusual. And once again we caution you, these lights-out stories are definitely not for the timid soul. So we tell you calmly and very sincerely, if you frighten easily, turn off your radio now.
What are we cooking today, Mrs. Johnson?
We're making kidney pies, Connie. It was my mother's recipe.
I don't like kidney.
Well, Audrey, I can guarantee you'll love this kind of kidney pie.
Do you have a secret ingredient, Mrs. Johnson?
You could call it that, Clara. Now, I need ingredients for the crust. Could you and Audrey get the flour from the pantry and butter from the icebox?
Sure thing. Come on, Clara, let's go. What did Mrs. Johnson want? I don't remember. You get the butter from the icebox. I'll go back and check. Mrs. Johnson, what kind of kidney are we using for the pie? Lamb?
That's the secret. You'll find out.
I will. What are you? Mrs. Johnson, what else did you... Oh, Clara, I found the butter. That's good, Audrey. Listen, there's something going on here. I don't think Mrs. Johnson is the safest old lady to be around. Oh, Mrs. Johnson.
Audrey, Clara, Connie had to go home because her mother is sick, so you two will have to help me make the pies without her.
Aw, I hope Connie's ma feels okay. Connie doesn't have a ma. She died from influenza when Connie was a baby. Oh, she did?
Well, why don't you two go have some cookies in the parlor while I prepare the meat? That way you don't have to watch the icky parts.
Cookies? Of course!
After what happens to Connie, what will Mrs. Johnson do to Clara and Audrey? What did Mrs. Johnson do to Connie? Find out more after the break. And now, a message from our sponsor.
Here's a message of importance to millions of people who are continually pale and washed out, weak and run down. Doctors will tell you that these conditions are often caused by a deficiency of iron. Ironized yeast tablets provide you with a simple and effective way to get the daily iron your body requires. So if you're not getting the iron your body needs, if you feel weak, run down, and are easily upset, get new pep, vigor, and color for only a few pennies a day. Start taking ironized yeast tomorrow.
Officer Gordon!
Hello, Mildred. I'm here to pick up Connie.
Oh, of course! Connie's just washing up. We were about to eat our kidney pie.
I thought Connie left because her ma was sick.
Connie's mother passed away when she was a baby.
Ah, children. Always making up stories. Would you like to join us for some kidney pie, Officer Gordon?
I'd love to, Mildred. This is delicious, ladies.
Why, thank you, Officer Gordon. It has my secret ingredients in it.
Excuse me, I need to use the restroom. Connie!
Last time I checked, I didn't have a restroom outside.
What's wrong? Connie! Clara? Clara! I think that's enough for today's session. I'll see you tomorrow.
This episode of Lights Out brought to you by Mary Heathcote and Veronica Castaneda, Period 1, and Cammy Dickerson and Pontea Allen, Period 2. Story by Cammy and Pontea, script and editing by Mary, and microphone from Veronica. Connie and Officer Gordon were voiced by Pontea, Mildred Johnson was voiced by Mary, and Clara was voiced by Cammy, and Audrey and the Doctor were voiced by Veronica. Edited heavily in Audacity using sound effects obtained from Soundy.com, A1FreeSoundEffects.com, and PackTV.com. The introduction and the Ironized Youth commercial were from OldTimeRadioFans.com, and information about the show was obtained from Wikipedia and McGallaradio.com. Thanks for listening, and remember, it is later than you think.